Welcome to the class, children. Enter with a happy heart. Today's class in history, Unit 2, Ancient Civilization lesson. Previous 3 classes, I explained Egyptian civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, Chinese civilization. Today, Indus civilization going to learn. The Indus civilization, also known as Harappan civilization. It covers an area of 1.5 million square kilometers in India and Pakistan. Sutkajan Dor in the west on the Pakistan-Iran border. Sotugai, that is in Afghanistan, in the north Alamkirpur, that is Uttar Pradesh in India. In the east, and Daimabad, it is in Maharashtra in India, in the south, are the boundaries within which the Harappan culture has been found. Its main concentration was in the regions of Gujarat, Pakistan, Rajasthan and Haryana. About planned towns in the Indus Valley civilization. Here you can see the map. Harappa, Punjab, Pakistan. Mohenjo-daro, Sindh, Pakistan. Dholavira, Gujarat, India. Kalibangan, Rajasthan, India. Lothal, Gujarat, India. Banawali, Rajasthan in India. Rakhi Gargi, Haryana, India, and Surkotada, Gujarat, India are the major cities of the Indus civilization. The Harappans used baked and unbaked bricks and stones for construction. Well-planned streets and lanes and drainages can be observed in the Harappan towns. A civic authority perhaps controlled the planning of the towns. Few of the houses had more than one floor. The tank called the Great Bath at Mohenjo-daro was an important structure. Here you can see how it was. The drains in the Harappa, the granaries, that is storehouse, street in Harappa, how very straightly, town hall and house in Harappa. A few of the houses had more than one floor. The tank called the Great Bath at Mohenjo-daro was an important structure, well paved with several adjacent rooms. Some unearthed structures have been identified as the granary. We do not know about the nature of the state or political organization of the Harappans, but they must have had a political organization at the level of an early form of state. A male image from Mohenjo-daro has been identified as priest king, but we do not know about the accuracy of this interpretation. Do you know, children, the Indus civilization is also known as the Harappan civilization, since Harappa was the first site to be discovered. This civilization is known as Harappan civilization rather than Indus Valley civilization, since it extended beyond the Indus River Valley. Here, Indus cities and towns, you can see. Then, here about the agriculture and animal domestication, how it was. The Harappans practiced agriculture. They cultivated wheat, barley and various types of millets. They adopted a double cropping system. Pastoralism was also known to them. They reared cattle, sheep and goats. They had knowledge of various animals including elephants, but did not use horses. The Harappan cattle are called zebu and it is large braid, often represented in their sails. Here, the cultivable lands you can see. Next, about the pottery. The Harappans used painted pottery. Their potteries have a deep red slip and black paintings. The pottery has shapes like dish on stands, storage jar, perforated jars, goblets, S-shaped jars, plates, dishes, bowls and pots. The painted motifs generally noticed on the pottery depict people tree leaves, fish scale designs, intersecting circle, zigzag lines, horizontal bands, and the geometrical motifs and floral and faunal patterns. Metal tools and weapons. The Harappans used chet blades. Here different type of the stone tools and weapons used. The Harappans used chet blades, copper objects and bone and ivory tools also. They did not possess knowledge about iron. The tools and equipment such as points, scissors, needles, fish hooks, razors, weighing pans, mirror and antimony rods were made of bronze. The chisels made out of rory chet were used by the Harappans. Their weapons included arrows, spears, a chisel-bladed tool and axe. The bronze image of dancing girl from Mohenjo-daro is suggestive of the use of lost wax process. Rory chet refers to the chet raw material collected from Rory in Pakistan. It was used by the Harappans for making blades. The Harappans used both stone and bronze tools. Here about jewelry in Indus Valley civilization. The Harappans used metal and stone ornaments. They had knowledge of cotton and silk textiles. They made cornelian, copper and gold ornaments. Faience, stoneware and shell bangles were also used. Some of them had etched designs and the Harappans exported them to the Mesopotamia. Here about trade and exchange. Here raw material trade network. About the trade network you can see. The Harappans had close trade links with the Mesopotamians. Harappan seals have been found in the West Asian sites, namely Oman, Bahrain, Iraq and Iran. The cuneiform inscriptions mention the trade contacts between Mesopotamia and Harappans. The mention of Meluha in the cuneiform inscription is considered to refer to the Indus region. Next, weights and measures. Here you are seeing balance, isn't it? So, weights and measures, how it was in Indus. The Harappans developed a system of proper weights and measures. Since they engaged in commercial transaction, they needed standard measures. The cubical chert weights are found at the Harappan sites. The copper plates for weighing balances have also been found. The weights point to their knowledge of the binary system. The ratio of weighing is doubled as 1:2, 2:4, 4:8, 8:16, 16:32. Okay. The next here seals, sealings and scripts. Here the ancient seals of emperors. Here the seal from various media such as steatite, copper, terracotta and ivory are found in the Harappan sites. This is called the different forms of character. That is the symbol, it is tiger, and one top to bottom ancient seals of emperors here given in the screen. They were probably used in the trade activities. The Harappan script is not yet deciphered. About 5,000 texts, about 5,000 texts have been documented from the Harappan side. Some scholars are of the view that the script is in Dravidian language. Here, Harappa terracotta figures. The next, here some art and craft, arts and amusements. The terracotta figurines, paintings on the pottery and the bronze images from the Harappan side suggest the artistic skills of the Harappans. Priest king made of Std-Ix and a dancing girl made of bronze, both from Mohenjo-daro, as well as stone sculptures from Harappa, Mohenjo-daro and Dholavira are the important objects of art. Toy cards, rattles, wheels, tops, marbles and hope scotches made in terracotta suggest the amusement of the Harappan people. About the religion, the Indus people had a close relationship with the nature. They worshipped people trees. Some of the terracotta figures resemble the mother goddesses. Fire altars have been identified at Kalibangan. The Indus people buried the dead. Burials were done elaborately and evidence for cremation has also been found. The original inhabitants and the culture of the people. Here, the authors of the Harappan civilizations are not known since the script has not been deciphered. One school of thought argues that they spoke the Dravidian language. The archaeological evidence shows movement of the Harappans to the east and south after the decline of the Indus civilization. Only the decipherment of the script can give a definite answer. It's probable that some of the Harappan people moved into different parts of India. The Indus civilization had more than one group of people. Several groups including farmers, pastoralists and hunter-gatherers lived in Indus region. The Indus region had villages and large towns. The population was mixed. The period of the civilization has been divided into early Harappan starting around 3300 BC and continuing to 2600 BC and mature Harappan, or the last phase civilization from 2600 to 1900. The later Harappan existed up to 1700 BCE. So this was the period of the civilization. The next one, here you can see the Indus Valley civilization, Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Indus River. So this location and direction. Here about the decline. So this qualities consisted the Indus Valley civilization, how it was declined. The Indus civilization and its urban features started declining from about 1900 BC. Changes in climate, decline of the trade with Mesopotamia, and drying up or flooding of the river Indus, foreign invasion were some of the reasons attributed to the collapse of this civilization and for the migration of people in the southern and eastern directions. It did not completely disappear. It continued as rural culture. So, this was the reason declining of Indus culture. I hope people you understood this lesson. This lesson, Unit 2, the ancient civilization lesson, it's come to an end. From this lesson, you people learnt the 4 important civilizations. The civilizations are relatively complex and a social system. Egyptian civilization excelled in architecture and the pyramids were its important contribution. The Mesopotamian civilization contributed to the development of calendar system and astronomy. The Chinese civilization contributed in terms of philosophy and inventions. The Indus civilization produced a variety of commodities using innovative techniques. It had cultural contacts with West Asia. Okay, children. Thank you.